Is it wrong if she's much younger than me? That thought has crossed more men's minds than they'll ever admit. Maybe it's crossed yours, and the second it appears, shame follows close behind. Society points its finger, whispering, "That's wrong. That's creepy. That's not real love." But here's the forbidden truth. Your attraction isn't broken. You're not broken. What pulls you toward her is older than culture itself. And before I reveal what's truly hiding behind that attraction, do me a quick favor. Hit subscribe, tap the like button, and drop a simple yes or no in the comments. Have you ever felt pulled into an age gap dynamic? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover a truth that will either make you breathe easier or shake your perspective completely. Let me ask, attraction is psychology, not rules. Use something that might sting a little. When was the last time you caught yourself noticing a younger woman and instantly told yourself, "Stop it, that's wrong"? People will judge me. It shouldn't even be thinking this way. Most men don't admit it out loud, but deep down, there's this constant tug-of war between desire and shame. And here's the truth society doesn't want you to know. There is nothing wrong with the attraction itself. Attraction isn't built on the rules of culture or morality. It isn't something the media or your friends or even you can simply legislate away. Attraction is older than civilization. It's baked into your psychology and biology. Think about it. For thousands of years, men have been drawn to youth and vitality. Why? Because on a primal level, youth signals fertility, health, and possibility. A younger woman represents life at its peak, full of energy and unshaped by the wear of time. That glow, that vibrancy. It's not just physical beauty you're seeing. Your mind reads it as renewal, as a chance to step closer to immortality itself. Now, before you nod in agreement and think, "Exactly, that's why I feel this way," let me throw you a curveball. The question isn't just why you're attracted. The question is, what does that attraction reveal about you? See, for many men, especially in their late 40s, 50s, and 60s, the younger woman becomes a mirror. She reflects back a hidden battle, a fear of aging, of fading relevance, of losing the vitality you once carried without effort. When you look at her, sometimes what you're really chasing isn't her. It's the version of yourself you wish you still were. Her laughter, her energy, her spontaneity. It's intoxicating because it reminds you of the man you were decades ago. That's where it gets dangerous. Because if you're not careful, you start trying to buy back your youth through her presence. You start believing her beauty can fill the cracks of your insecurities. And let me be blunt, that's a trap. Because no matter how young or vibrant she is, she can't fight the war you've been avoiding with yourself. She can't erase the years. She can only distract you from them. Now here's where society comes in to twist the knife. Culture tells you that you're wrong for feeling this way, yet the same culture floods you with images of older men with younger women in films, ads, and celebrity headlines. Hypocrisy at its finest. They mock you for it, but they sell it back to you as a fantasy. So what happens? You feel shame for wanting what you're naturally wired to want while secretly being encouraged to chase it at the same time. That confusion leaves most men stuck, ashamed of their desires, yet still hungry for them. And here's the harsh truth most men won't say out loud. Shame is more dangerous than attraction, because when shame takes over, you stop asking thorough questions. Instead of confronting why you're drawn to her, you bury it, deny it, or chase it recklessly, hoping to silence the inner conflict. But running blind never ends well. So, let me flip the script for you. Attraction to youth isn't the problem. The real issue is whether you're conscious of the reason behind it. Are you drawn to her because you genuinely value her spirit, her growth, her potential, or are you drawn to her because she's a bandage over your fear of getting older? That distinction changes everything because here's the stoic truth. You can't control the forces of attraction, but you can control how you interpret them. You can let them expose your wounds, or you can let them refine your awareness. One path leads to obsession, shame, and regret. The other leads to clarity and strength. So before you judge yourself for looking at her, or before you rush headlong into chasing her, pause and ask, what is this really about? Her orm. And that, my friend, is where thestery begins. Because let's be honest, if she asks you to explain TikTok trends, you're going to feel about 100 red years old and 3 seconds flat. Younger women. The temptation and the trap younger. Women are magnetic to older men. Let's not sugarcoat it. Her youth radiates energy, possibility, and a sense of renewal. She looks at you with admiration, sometimes even awe. She sees your confidence, your experience, your stability, and to her, it feels like strength. To you, it feels intoxicating. Why? Because in a world that often tells men they're past their prime, a younger woman flips that narrative on its head. She makes you feel desired again, powerful again. She makes you feel like time is slowed down just for you. And that right there is the temptation. But temptation always carries a shadow. Everything that feels like fuel can quickly become fire. Younger women often admire older men, not just for who they are, but for what they represent. Security, protection, and a life already built. That admiration feels good, but it's built on dependency. And dependency is poison to masculine strength. Let me explain. When she looks at you as her anchor, it may feel flattering at first. She clings to your wisdom, your resources, your guidance. You become her lighthouse. But what happens when her dependency isn't rooted in love, but in survival? What happens when what she loves isn't you, but the world you can provide for her? This is where many men fall into the trap. They mistake admiration for devotion. They confuse her need with love, and as long as she needs you, you feel safe. But the day she decides she doesn't need you anymore, when she gains her own independence or finds another anchor, you'll realize she wasn't attached to your soul. She was attached to your stability. And here's the brutal part. The younger she is, the more likely she hasn't discovered herself yet. She's still shaping her identity, still figuring out who she is and what she wants. Which means if you build your relationship on her admiration, you're building on shifting sand. Today, she might see you as her hero. Tomorrow, when she grows, she might see you as Herkage. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying younger women can't love deeply. Many can. But the imbalance of age almost guarantees that the foundation of that love will be tested by time because she is still becoming, and you are already formed. And that gap, if not addressed with awareness, can slowly erode the bond from within. So here's the hard question. Are you drawn to her because of who she truly is, or because of the way she makes you feel about yourself? If it's the latter, you're not in a relationship. You're in a transaction. You give her stability, and she gives you admiration. But the moment that exchange stops, so does the bond. The temptation of a younger woman is undeniable, but so is the trap. And if you step into it blindly, it won't just cost you the relationship, it will cost you your strength. Because here's the truth. No one tells you when a man builds his worth on being needed, he hands over the keys to his freedom. And once you've handed those over, getting them back is nearly impossible. So the next time a younger woman looks at you with that spark in her eye, don't just ask yourself, do I want her? Ask yourself, what does she want from me? And am I willing to pay that price? Now, 3. Older women, the unspoken contrastlets swing the pendulum in the opposite direction. Older women. Society doesn't glorify this dynamic the way it does with younger women. In fact, it often ridicules it. Movies don't glamorize the 55-year-old man with a 52-year-old woman. Ads don't sell you on that image. And yet, older women carry something younger women simply can't. Wisdom. An older woman has walked through storms. She's tasted loss, betrayal, joy, survival. She knows who she is, what she wants, and what she will never tolerate again. And when you sit across from her, you're not staring at potential. You're staring at reality. There's a different kind of beauty there. A beauty not rooted in possibility, but in truth. Here's what makes this dynamic so powerful. Older women don't need you to define them. They aren't searching for identity through you. They don't cling to you as an anchor. Instead, they challenge you. They see through you, and they demand the one thing younger women rarely ask for: authenticity. That's the unspoken contrast. A younger woman often admires your stability. An older woman tests your depth. She doesn't want to be dazzled by your achievements. She wants to know if you have the emotional backbone to meet her where she already stands. And that, my friend, is no small task. Because while younger women may flatter your ego, older women confront your essence. They notice the cracks, they sense the insecurities, and they don't always soothe them, they expose them. This is where many men shy away. It's easier to feel powerful with someone who looks up to you than to feel challenged by someone who stands beside you. But here's the hidden gift. An older woman can sharpen you in ways a younger woman cannot. She can demand your truth. And if you meet her there, you discover a level of intimacy and partnership that isn't based on need but on recognition. Of course, society will tell you otherwise. They'll laugh, mock, and whisper when they see an older couple. Yet, the same society celebrates when a 50-year-old woman dates a 30-year-old man, calling her empowered. The hypocrisy is glaring.